Hello, hello, hello everyone. It is Teresa from Teresa's Spot for Art. I love sharing art from my heart and teaching you how to create a little joy in your life through some fun, simple, and quick art projects. Today we are painting the toucan. It is the bird that I have picked for June. In the past we've done a goldfinch and the male and the female cardinal and I think a blue jay. So if you want to find them, you can just put them in the search bar on my YouTube. But today we're going to work on a toucan. I've already sketched him out, and we will get ready to go. So let me turn you guys around, and there we are. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get my flat brush. This is a number 16 flat. You probably have heard me say this in the past, that brushes are not universally sized. So what is a 16 in a folk art is not necessarily a 16 in an artist loft, but this is about a 1/2 inch wide, maybe a little bit wider, flat brush. Okay, I have a little bit of black paint out here. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to load my brush with black. And I'm just going to start painting in, and I'm just base coating in my toucan's body and tail. A little bit more paint. Okay. I'm going to go around. The inside part down there is going to be a little bit red. But the bulk of our toucan is black. And I'm just using my brush on the flat, picking up a little bit more black and filling in most of this with black paint. We'll come up here, around and around. Okay? You could paint the whole thing in if you want and wait for it to dry. I'm just doing his tail and most of the bottom. Okay? Now I'm going to clean my brush. And get her nice dry. Now I'm going to mostly pick up some of this bright bumblebee yellow here, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of white on the corner. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to paint in this oval shape. My black is still a little wet. That's okay. And we have a base coat for our oval shape. Wipe my brush off. I'll pick up the yellow. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to paint in my yellow again. Okay, and now while we wait for that section of our yellow to dry, I'm going to go to a smaller brush. I have this rather small filbert brush here. A filbert brush means that it's rounded on the edge, not flat like the other brush we were using. I'm going to load it with some black, and I'm just going to dip the corner in some white. Okay, and now I'm just going to come in here and I'm pulling up. So I have black and white, and I'm pulling up black and white, and I'm pulling up these little tail feathers. Want to give our tail feathers a little bit of character. Okay, and then I'm going to wash my brush and give it a nice dry. I'm going to keep with this small filbert brush, And I'm going to paint in the red section here on the belly. And part of it here is covered by the branch that he's on, but we want it to come to a point down here. Okay? I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to rinse my brush. Now you could switch to a flat brush, but you don't have to. I'm going to stick with the filbert brush, and I'm going to pick up some of this brown paint, and I'm going to paint in the branch that our toucan is sitting on. Okay. Pick up a little bit of this yellow ochre, maybe a little bit of some white, just to make our branch have some shading and some highlighting and look a little bit more like faux wood and just not one solid color brown. Okay? I'm going to wash my brush. It's always important to give your brush a good dry. You don't want water to be stuck up here in the ferrule, and then when you turn your brush upside down to then drip all over your painting. So I'm going to go over this again with some fresh yellow paint. Okay, but now that I have the yellow on my brush, I'm going to go into some red, and I want to start here, and then I'm going to get wider and come up and around. Okay, I'm going to pick up some red on my yellow brush. I'm going to start on the chisel edge, but then I'm going to apply some pressure to make my red nice and thick, and I'll come up and pull in. Okay, now I'm going to pick up some more yellow, and we want to do the same thing, but now we want to have some orange. So you can either get orange or you can make orange with your yellow and red. I'm using my dirty brush. I'm picking up some yellow here, and I'm making orange with my yellow and red. Okay? And swirl up. Okay? I want my red to be a little bit more defined, so I'm going to come back in here and fix it. Because I want my red to be nice and red. Okay. While I have the red on my brush, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to do this part of the beak. Okay. And then let me wash my brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this green and a little bit of the white. I want to lighten it up a little bit. All right. And I'm going to make a little oval up here in this pale green color I mixed. Okay. And while we have the pale green going, I'm going to do this part of the beak. Okay, it's gonna come together, you guys, I promise. So now I have the pale green. I'm gonna come over here to my black. I'm gonna stick the back of my brush in my black, and I'm going to do his eye. Not as big as the green, but a little bit big. And a decent size oval there. Okay? And I'm going to wash my brush. I'm going to get my liner brush. And you can do this with the back of the brush or the front of the brush. I'm going to find some white. And I'm just going to dib in some white for the pupil. Okay? Back to my filbert brush and back to my orange. Now we could get out orange if we wanted to, or you can make your orange, it's up to you. I'll pick up some orange here, and I'm going to paint in this section of the beak. So I have my filbert brush, I put it on the flat round side, and as I come to the point, I turn it between my thumb and forefinger to a point. Okay? And then I'm going to come back in here with my nice bright orange now in here. Okay? Then I'm going to take a little bit of this blue, I think I need a little more white. This is this beautiful aqua color here. Just going to mix up some of this blue with the aqua color. And I'm going to do the bottom section of the beak. Look how that just now has all come together. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, now, if you want, you can wait for this to completely dry and get a paint pen, or you can grab your liner brush and add all the lines in and the talons in like I'm going to do. So I just mixed a little bit of water with my black paint. I'm rolling it between my thumb and my forefinger, and I'm going to come over here. And the first thing I'm going to do is put in the talons. Okay? And then I want to outline this whole thing. So if you wanted to wait for your art to dry and use a paint pen, you can. If you're okay with the liner brush, or maybe you just want to practice, that's okay too. I'm just filling all that in. Want to make a nice black border around the colors. And then I'm going to clean my brush, dry it off. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of white now. And I'm going to add some white highlight to the talons, to the beak, and in here on the breast. And there we have our toucan. I hope you enjoyed painting this with me. Isn't it cute? And I will see you next time. Thank you.